Around 1,500 years ago, a terrifying event took place in Constantinople. People who were perfectly fine suddenly collapsed while standing and died within moments. This shocking phenomenon spread panic throughout the city. A strange and terrifying sight appeared in the sky over this part of Europe. Dense, dark clouds covered the sky so completely that they blocked out the sun. Initially, people assumed it was just a normal rainstorm. However, they had no idea that these clouds were about to cause a catastrophe that would be remembered forever. At the time, this region was under the control of the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire, with its capital in Constantinople, modern-day Istanbul. Weeks passed, but the ominous clouds neither rained nor disappeared. No one could have predicted what was about to happen next. In those days, Constantinople had a population of over 1 million people. For weeks, the looming clouds had made everyone uneasy, but the situation became dire when people started dying suddenly. Perfectly healthy individuals would collapse while walking or standing, and within moments they would stop breathing. Panic spread rapidly as people feared that the end of the world had arrived. The sky remained dark, an eerie atmosphere engulfed the city, and dead bodies kept piling up. In the middle of summer, an unexpected cold wave struck, bringing heavy snowfall. Crop fail. Animals, and even birds, could not survive. The Byzantine emperor at the time, Justinian, tried to calm the people, stating that those who did good deeds would be spared. However, his words provided little comfort, as the disease made no distinction between the good and the bad. Thousands of people were dying daily, and mass graves had to be dug to bury the dead. Wherever the dark clouds moved, the mysterious disease followed. No one understood its cause, and many believed the world was coming to an end. The fear intensified when Emperor Justinian himself fell victim to the disease. This deadly outbreak became the first recorded pandemic in history and is now known as the Plague of Justinian. It lasted for 2 years, during which the sun was blocked, freezing temperatures hit during summer, and life, including humans, animals, and crops, was wiped out in many areas. In 2013, after centuries of mystery, scientists finally uncovered the cause of this terrifying event. The key to the mystery lay 5,000 kilometers away from Istanbul, in Greenland. A team of experts traveled to eastern Greenland to study past climate patterns. Greenland experiences extreme weather conditions, and without professional equipment, survival is nearly impossible. The region's ice preserves climate data dating back 100,000 years. Each year, snowfall forms layers, and scientists can analyze past climate events by studying deep ice samples. To study the climate from 1,500 years ago, they extracted ice samples from 75 meters deep. The extracted ice cores, over 100 meters long, contained frozen records from the time of the Plague of Justinian. When scientists conducted electrical conductivity tests on the ice, they found a sudden spike in sulfur levels between the years 500 and 600 CE. This suggested that something unusual had occurred in the atmosphere during that time. Sulfur dioxide is a dangerous gas harmful to humans, animals, birds, and plants. The next challenge was to determine why so much sulfur was present in the atmosphere at that time. Scientists concluded that such high levels of sulfur could only come from a massive volcanic eruption. Molten rock, magma, constantly churns beneath the Earth's surface, looking for an escape. When a volcanic eruption occurs, it can release vast amounts of gases, including sulfur dioxide, which can travel thousands of miles. When this sulfur mixes with water droplets in the atmosphere, it forms sulfuric acid, creating highly toxic clouds. These thick clouds block sunlight, causing global temperatures to drop. If they release acid rain, it can destroy crops, wildlife, and entire ecosystems.
If they do not rain, they remain in the air, plunging entire regions into darkness. In the case of the Plague of Justinian, a catastrophic volcanic eruption was responsible for the climate change and mass deaths. But which volcano was it? After years of research, scientists identified the source of the disaster, a volcano 11,700 kilometers away from Constantinople, across the ocean, in El Salvador. This eruption occurred in Ilopango Lake, where a massive volcano exploded 1,500 years ago, releasing an enormous amount of ash and toxic gases into the atmosphere. The eruption created a mountain made entirely of volcanic ash, which still stands today as evidence of this ancient catastrophe. Thus, the Plague of Justinian was not just a disease but a result of one of the deadliest volcanic eruptions in history. The volcanic gases blocked sunlight, led to extreme cold, destroyed crops and food supplies, and created conditions that allowed the deadly plague to spread rapidly, killing millions.